Okay. To start off, do you just want to tell us kind of who you are and what your past has been?
Sure. My name is Jesse Bailey. I'm the Executive Director of Pathway Shelter for the Homeless. I've been working with Pathway since July of 2016. And before that, I've worked in the nonprofit field for about 6 years now. I started with the Boys and Girls Club and then went to Big Friend Little Friend for several years, and this position opened up and I was fortunate enough to get it. So I guess I became interested in nonprofits when I went to Mount Marty. And Lori Lincoln was my advisor, and that was my major, is human service. And my only focus was baseball back then, and I came to Mount Marty to play baseball. I didn't know what I wanted to do for a career. And she got me connected with Service Learning Hours with the Boys and Girls Club. And I really enjoyed the nonprofit world in a sense, but I also enjoyed being able to make a difference in somebody's life, and not just me personally, but being able to be a part of an organization that can do that. And that's really what stuck with me over the past few years and really helped me keep my interest in the nonprofit world.
Okay, so when you came to Pathways, did you want to be here for the not-for-profit part of the organization or more of the mission of Pathways?
A little of both. Before I came here, I didn't really know much about the shelter. I had never worked with homelessness or the homeless population, and I didn't even know what the mission was. So when I was applying for it, I had to look into all of that. And Pathway's mission is very strong, and it has a phrase that says the shelter was founded on the belief that everyone deserves a home, and that really rings true with everyone that we see, and that's why we try really hard with our clients to get them into housing and help them get back on their feet. So a little bit of both. I do like the nonprofit part. Well, there's a lot of fun and not so fun things that go into it. With fundraising, and you're constantly fighting for money and to find where you're going to get your funding. But at the same time, you're also providing a great service to the community, and it's fun to get the whole community involved and to be a part of your mission. So both aspects are what keep me here anyways.
What would you say is your favorite or most rewarding part of your job?
The most rewarding part is when the process is complete with our clients. Sorry. Okay, Mary's out there. Sorry. We do have a staff out there. So I guess you can probably edit that, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. The question was most favorite part. My favorite part of working here is when the process is complete. So when a client comes to our facility, they go through the process of finding work and getting the help that they need, and then moving into their apartment or house. The best part is to deliver all their furniture and to see their faces light up when they get in their homes, and they're so thankful, and they're responsible for doing all that. We were just here to assist them, so it's awesome to see what people can accomplish when they just get that little extra help that they need. That's the most rewarding part.
What would you say is the most challenging part of your job?
I think the most challenging part is being realistic that there is a negative side to homelessness, and we do have to turn people away. We have to make sure that we aren't enabling people and that we are the hand up and not just a handout. And having to ask someone to leave the shelter for rule violations or turning them away because they don't meet our criteria, that's really difficult to do, but we have to be realistic, because if we took everybody that came our way, we would be overflowing, and also we'd be giving, then that's when we would become the handout and not just the handout, because we aim to help people who are ready to make a difference in their life and to turn their lives around. And we're not here to help people who just want the free handout. And I think that's the most difficult part for me.
Last question. What changes do you see happening to Pathways in the near future?
The near future, a lot. This room that we're sitting in right now is going to be completely remodeled. We will be doing construction to redo this whole community area and make it operate more as a shelter and not a motel. And this is an old motel that we have. And on top of that, this year we'll be building a fence around our property, putting a nice big sign up there so people will no longer think it's a motel and they'll know it's a shelter. And we're currently in the process of remodeling rooms, updating them. Right now it looks like it's like a trip back to the 70s and 80s in there. So getting those up to date and just making sure our clients have what they need. In terms of programming, we are developing basic life skills programming so we can help individuals with budgeting, financial management, and nutrition, building their nutrition knowledge, how to cook healthier, how to cook, period. And we want to introduce some health and wellness courses to teach them how to exercise and teach them the importance of exercise. And on top of a few other, there's other programs that we're trying to develop. But there's so much potential here to grow and to continue to serve the population that we do in a more efficient way. So those are just a few of the upcoming things. So yeah, lots of good things coming our way.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you.
No problem.